everyone. It is I, Dr. Davia. I host a women's group called Ladies Power Lunch, and we're here today with the amazing Marianne Pack. We're having Free Gift Friday, but it's Free Gift Friday with a spin because we have all week long been having a manifestation party. We've been talking about how it's really, really possible for us to live our optimal life, just like we said in our Ladies Power Lunch anthology that was released a little bit over a week ago. It's a brand new bestseller on Amazon. So I invite everybody to go check it out. You can just go to Amazon and put in the search bar, Live Your Optimal Life. It'll come right up. And I invite you, really do check it out because it has amazing stories from outstanding authors, and they all share some bumps along their path to optimal and how they're able to have some really amazing transformations. And then at the end of each chapter, they go ahead and share with you some worksheets so that you can integrate their lessons into your life and make your life a little bit more optimal. And let's face it, I mean, our lives we have ups and we have downs, and we have things that go well most of the times, and we have some days when things don't go as well as we plan. But in the general, most of us have lives that are pretty decent, but it's just that sometimes some things, some areas of our lives might not be the way that we want it to be. And it's okay for us to want more. It's okay for us to want those areas of our lives to line up too, for everything to be a whole lot better. It's okay to want that. We deserve that. We are worthy of that. And so over the past week, we've been applying a lot of the lessons from the Live Your Optimal Life anthology, and we've been really doing the work of seeing what does it really take to manifest your optimal life. We've looked at what it looks like in your health. And that was a revelation. We've looked at what it looks like in your relationships. We've looked at what it looks like when you are manifesting amazing connections to your spirituality. And of course, yesterday, we talked about the one that was on everybody's mind. We talked about the money piece, manifesting abundance, manifesting financial security, manifesting the sort of career, the sort of reach, the sort of influence that we would love to have in our lives and in our businesses. So we've had a lot of conversation over this week. We've had a lot of suggestions. We've had a lot of people sharing stories of how they've gone from not manifesting at all to actually seeing how it really works in their lives. And I want to invite you that the Ladies Power Lunch Visibility Circle is now open to welcome the next group of collaborators. So in this collaboration partnership, we're going to work on a number of things. We're going to work on a collaborative best-selling book together. We're going to work on a collaborative summit. We're going to do collaborative podcasting, collaborative TV show. We have a lot of different avenues that are out there in our Ladies Power Lunch Visibility Circle. But at the end of the day, the objective is singular. Our objective is to get the voices of women in business who have amazing messages to share, to get those messages into the hands of the people who need it the most. And our focus is going to be on manifestation. So if you have stories of manifestation, stories of how you have made it happen, you've seen it happen, you've seen it work in your life, then you're the kind of person that we're looking for to be a part of the new circle that's forming right now. And so I invite you, go to growsmarter.com/visibility, growsmarter.com/visibility, and you'll get more information there. And then just ask yourself, does this feel right for me? Does this feel like a yes? Does this container feel like the one that I need to get into? And if it's a yes, trust yourself. And we also have a special offer for you. It's a coupon code Manifest500, and that'll get you 500 off your pay in full price. So there are many, many reasons for you to go check out the offer that we have over there. Okay, on with the show. So today I have Marianne here in the Ladies Power Lunch Zoom studio. I have Melissa in the Zoom studio as well. I don't know, we have some friends also joining us over in the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. Hi, Wendy Lee, so great to see you. I want to thank everybody who's joining us any place that they are joining us. And if you are finding this afterwards on our YouTube, on our podcast, on our TV show, we welcome you as well. So Marianne and Melissa, for people who don't know you, can you just very briefly introduce yourself and say why you decided to be a part of our conversation today? Why are you at the party?
I love parties. So I'm Marianne Pack. Most of you know me. I'm a spiritual medium, an author, a podcaster, a publisher, and a joy advocate. So I just love sharing people's stories of hope and healing and spreading more love and joy in the world. That's my mission. And I'm always happy to be here with you, Davia. It's a good energy. It raises my vibration. It makes me smile and giggle. And that's the best place to manifest from.
It really, really is. I look forward also to having conversations with you, Marianne, because I can tell everybody Marianne is a master at manifesting. And she is not only a master of manifesting, she's a master of helping others to raise their vibrations. And frankly, I feel like sometimes she doesn't even know that this is what she's doing. I don't even think she's aware of it. You just get into her energy and you just feel yourself starting to rise. I know one of these days this week, while we were going to hop onto our call, life happened and I was feeling like, blah. And I'm coming to talk about manifestation. So I need to like get my vibration higher, raise my vibration. This is a manifestation party. You want to bring those vibes up. And I was like, it's fine. I'll just hop on with Marianne. And I know as soon as I hop on with her, I'll start to feel those good vibes flowing. And she did not disappoint. She had no idea all of this was going on in my vibration, but she was very, very helpful for me. So thank you, Marianne. Melissa, I'm not sure if you feel like you want to come on camera with us today, but if you can at least unmute and just share with everybody who you are and a little bit about why you said yes to being part of the party.
Hello, everyone. I'm not on camera because I messed up what time this was, so I am driving. So hello. But I'm Melissa Trincy, and I'm an entrepreneur, mindset business coach, and amongst other things, big dreamer, always building my best life. This is an amazing set of ladies. I love hanging out with you this week when I could. I love this topic, and I love that you guys are just reinforcing the fact that you can manifest the life that you want, that you can continue to want more and not be selfish. And I just want to be a part of that journey and that energy. And I'm so glad that you have invited me here. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Melissa. Believe me, just you being here, and for those of you who are joining us over in the Facebook group, just your energy being part of this helps everybody to rise. I shared with everybody yesterday a manifestation story because I had a manifestation that showed up during this week while we were having conversation. I wrote in my journal, after working on vibration and getting it higher and being in a energetically attractive place, I wrote in my journal that, wonderful ways that money could come to me. There are tons of people out there who owe me money, like some strange people who owe me money who I haven't heard from in a long time, who just show up and just give me money. And I swear to you, I come into the office yesterday morning and Sandy says to me, yeah, so remember this case where these people owed you, and this is like a 5-figure check. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that. And she's like, well, can you drive to Waterbury to pick it up? What are the odds on that? That's just amazing. And so it reminds me that manifestations can show up and they don't have to show up the way that you plan for them to show up. Because I wasn't planning for that at all. I was just like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if? And there it was. It really, really surprised and delighted me. So that's a manifestation miracle that was born out of this conversation, I believe. So thank you all for the positive energy that you've all put behind what we're talking about. So we were talking ahead of coming on with all of you. And I'm the kind of person who I like lists, checklists, and I like spreadsheets and I like plans and I kind of like to have a structure, a format, even if I don't do well with scripts because I will go off the reservation. Give me a mic and the talking begins. But I do like to have a plan. I do like to have a structure. And we decided, you know what? Today we're throwing the structure out. We are just letting whatever wants to manifest in this Free Friday half hour to just bring itself forward. So when Marianne came on the call, she said she has this amazing card deck that she would like to pull from. So Marianne, can you pull a card for us? You are muted, so I invite you to have
All
an
right.
unmuted voice.
Gotcha. I do. I have this card deck that I love, and of course, it's from my mentor, Abraham Hicks, and it is Money and the Law of Attraction cards. So I pulled a card and thought, okay, what do we need? What's another message that we need that will reinforce what we're learning here and what we're integrating? So this is a perfect card. I don't know if you can see it real well, but it says, there is no shortage of money or time. And the back says, there is no shortage, and any attention to shortage of something wanted will always produce negative emotion within you because your guidance is letting you know that you have strayed from your broader basic understanding of abundance and well-being. Whether you are focused upon the shortage of money or seeing yourself as having only so many years to live, and so each day that is expended is one day closer to the end of your years, that feeling of decline is contrary to your broader understanding of the eternal nature of your being. And I thought this was so good because this is, for me, this has been an issue. This has been one of those indoctrinated beliefs that I learned somewhere, that time and money are short and there's not enough for everybody to, go around. And yet Abraham reminds us that there is no shortage in abundance because it's energy, and energy knows no bounds. So there can never be a shortage. So I love this card, and I love that it's teaching me that anytime I get that feeling, it always feels bad. I can know that it feels bad. So it's in contradiction to what my inner being actually knows about me. And then when I flip that and think, oh, there's ample, there's enough for everyone. I have plenty of time. I have more than a outrageous abundance. That feels really good. So I know I'm aligned with my inner being at that time.
I love that. And I was just looking for my show sheet from yesterday because we actually went into great detail about this. We were talking about probably not so much the time piece, but time is a big issue for me because I'm always trying to be on time. I always feel like I'm rushing, always feel like I have too many tasks on my list for the time that I have. So I also do suffer from time shortage consciousness as well. So there's that. But we were talking about, okay, sometimes we think that we are in that high vibe, high energy place. And there's something in our vibration that we're not even paying attention to that might be holding us back. And I shared the story about how I didn't realize that I have a hang up around money, about having to work hard for money, and that it was my little son who brought it to my attention, made me realize that I do have that. Like, it's there. It's under the surface. And I've been building new beliefs on top of it, but it's still there. And so we had to do some work to root it out, to bring it over to the light of day and look at it very carefully and ask the question, is this 100% the truth? Is it absolutely true that there's no other way that money can come into your life unless you're working hard and you're pushing and you're pulling and you're stressing and you're straining and it's difficult and it's just, everything that's bad? And the answer to that question is, nope. Because if that was the case, then every single person who works hard, the people who work the hardest, your teachers, your nurses, they would be the ones pulling in the biggest bucks, right? And I'm here to tell you, hello, that's not what is happening in the world. So it's not a matter of the pushing and the pulling. It's the energy that you bring to the tasks at hand. And if you're bringing pure positive energy, then you're going to be guided to the right path. You're going to be guided to the path, as your mentor, Abraham Hicks, says, to the path of least resistance. You're going to be guided to the path of more ease, the path of more flow, the path that is going to be the right path for you. And it might even be the path that surprises you, delights you, and is the path of most fun. Because, me being invited by Spirit to hop in my car, take a drive on a beautiful fall day in Connecticut to go pick up a check, that's kind of fun. Am I alone in this? Melissa, is this pinging for you at all?
It is 100%. I've missed a little bit because it was a little glitchy, but I'm hearing gratitude and manifesting in ways that we don't expect to. And I love that story. And I don't know what I missed in between though. Sorry, guys.
No, it's space. That's basically it. That's basically what we're saying. So the suggestion I made yesterday for everyone is that it showed up for me. It made me realize that I still have work to do. I'm not there. There's no end. You never get it wrong when you never get it done, as Abraham Hicks says. And so I still have work to do. And if this work means that I get a call to invite me to go pick up checks all over the place, I'm okay with doing this work.
I think it's important to pivot, right? I am willing to pivot and take a drive.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to take a minute to do that. So I think if we're making a list of things that help us to manifest, I think the perfect place to start is where Marianne always starts with gratitude. And then I think the next step would be to investigate ourselves as far as our limiting beliefs go and just make sure that we shine a light on them, like spotlight them, break out the flashlight and shine it on it. Say, hey, I see you hiding over there. Are you true? And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be ostensibly true, because there is really nothing that's true 100% of the time unless it's divinely inspired, right? So, want to pull another card, Marianne? Should I pull a card? Do you want to pull
Yes,
a card?
pull a card.
What's happening here?
Should I pull a card now? It's your turn.
It's my turn. I told you guys, I threw out the rule book today. Anything could happen. I mean, we could go all the way off the rails today.
I meant to mention that earlier, that I saw that you were throwing the rule book out, so I wanted to be here for that.
Yeah, this is a first. We have to experience it firsthand.
Hey, and I'm not sure, folks, if this is ever going to happen again. So catch it while you can, right? But you know what? I think too, maybe some of my rigidity, maybe some of my rule following behaviors, some of these things that have in the past probably been things that have kept me safe, things that have served me in the past. Maybe they're not things that I need to hold on to every single day, every single minute. Maybe there's room for other ways of being. And truly, I do enjoy a lovely spreadsheet, folks. I really do enjoy a nice checklist. I enjoy all those things. So it's just that we can mix it up sometimes, right? So let's see. What shall we?
I also love spreadsheets and checklists. You're not alone.
Listen, you know what it is? I think it's part of being a mom and being a woman in business, because you have a lot of stuff that needs to get done. And I tell people all the time, yeah, if it wasn't on the list, if you weren't on the list, I didn't even know that you existed. If you're on the list, you're gonna get done, you know? And so like my husband and I, we have a spreadsheet that we share with all the kids' games on it. They're spreadsheets that help me to live my optimal life. So let's not put too much shade on that. That being said, the card that I pulled says Divine Source. And it seems like it's a request. Help me to know that all my deepest needs will be met. Help me to trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source of all. What's the saying for you, Marianne?
I love this. I love that we can have that trust. The source is our source of all. It's not just, source of some, and you'll get a little blessing over here if you do it right, because that's how I was trained. So that was an eye opener when I started hearing that we're provided for because source is the source of all. That was so reassuring to me and helped so much to me to be able to relax and to learn to trust. So that was important for me, yeah.
One of the reasons why I love these cards so much is that no matter where I'm coming from on the particular day, I'm always going to get a message from it. And even if I pull the same card at two different times, I'm going to get two different messages just because of where I am in that moment. And what's showing up for me with this card is, let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. So, we were talking about me and my rigidity and my liking to follow these rules and wanting things to be a certain way. And what if in my desire to stick in this small little box, the solution to living my optimal life is right here outside of the box. So here's the box that I'm living in, and the solution's just hanging out right over here. And I'm still in my box, And it's here the whole time. And I just can't see it because I'm in my box. So maybe the message for me is to trust more. I've been trusting the container instead of the source, maybe. And there's an opportunity to trust the source, that it doesn't have to be one way.
Absolutely.
It can come all kinds of ways. Anything showing up for you with this, Melissa?
Yeah, it just keeps coming back for me right now. I just keep hearing the be willing to pivot, be willing to pivot. I mean, I feel like I'm living my best life now that I wanted 5 years ago, and it's only possible because I was willing to pivot and be open and get outside of that box. I would have still been stuck if I wasn't willing to take those few steps outside the box, like you said, if I wasn't willing to trust that the journey may not look like what I thought it should look like. However, it brought me to so much more than I ever thought possible.
I love that so much. So, so rich and deep, and trust. It's not easy. So how do you trust even when you feel afraid, Marianne? How do you trust even when you feel like, can I really trust here? How do you get there?
Yeah, I always have to remind myself of who I really am.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm love and joy embodied, that I am worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And that starts to like soothe my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it quiets all that doubt or worry or frustration, or, so always going back to who I am, because that was so important. That was an important key element for me, to get back into alignment. And then I relax back into trusting. It's almost the natural flow. Once you've soothed yourself and know who you are, and you know you're in agreement with your inner being, what your inner being knows, thinks, and feels about you, it feels good. And feeling good, you're open to trusting. You're not fearful that that person or that situation could hurt you. You're like, you just let it go. You let go of all the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And trust comes much easier once you come back into alignment, with who you are.
For me, I'm the kind of person who, show me the figures, show me the double-blinded placebo-controlled trials. I want to see how it really happened. I want to elucidate that mechanism of action. I want all those things. So for me, trusting doesn't come easily. But here's how I get to trust. Gratitude is my vehicle to trust, because I use this process. I'll sit and I'll write in gratitude for occasions when I trusted and things went beautifully. And it sort of reminds me that, hey, you can trust. It's okay. You've done it before and it worked well for you. And you have an opportunity to be grateful for those times when it worked well for you. And now you're on the verge here, and source is asking for trust. Open up, surrender, and let that trust happen. So that's my vehicle that I have.
I couldn't agree more with that one. That's for sure. Appreciation and gratitude. Yeah, they just go hand in hand with the ease of moving back into trust. Yeah, absolutely.
You want to pull one last card before we go, Marianne?
You want me to pull one?
Yep. You can pull one. I can pull one because I have another deck too. So you pull one and I'll pull one, and everybody will have pulled. We will have pulled 4 cards at that point. I'm going to ask you, Marianne, to share your cards that you pull in the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group, and I'll share mine as well.
Absolutely. Oh, I like it. This again is from the Money and the Law of Attraction card deck. So this is the one I pulled, and it says, life is always working out for me.
Yes, it is.
I like understanding that things are always evolving, and let's see. While there are many things that could be better where I am, it is not really a problem, because where I am is constantly changing to something better. I like knowing that as I look for the best things around, not around me, where I am, those things become more prevalent in my experience. It's fun to know that things are always working out for me, and as I watch for and the evidence of that, I see more evidence of that every day. I love that when we're actually paying attention to what's going right, that when things work out for us and we appreciate and we praise that and we give attention to it, it's amazing how much life continues to work out for us. It's just we're in that vibrational place of opening and receiving and giving. Enjoy. I love it.
Yeah, I like that because it's a reminder to me that what I pay attention to is important. And so, I was saying the other day on one of the calls that I had this big aha moment, and it was so simple. Like it was, I'm sure everybody's like, really, you just got that? But I was saying to myself, okay, I have this much time in my life. This is my life. And I have an opportunity to choose. Do I want to spend my time feeling high vibration, or do I want to spend my time feeling low vibrations? And I choose the higher vibrations. And so if I find myself here because I'm human and it's going to happen, then my job, this is my job, is to look for the things that I can do to bring me up. And it's not a matter of ignoring the things that are going on around me. That's not what it's about. It's about paying attention to how am I feeling. Might mean that I might have to spend some time processing my emotion, but just don't stay there too long and move it on up. That's my job, moving the energy. Melissa, you look like you have something to say about that.
I'm just laughing and I'm like, do I share this so you girls can laugh with me?
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys know this old song by Master P, Get Your Mind Right. So when I find myself spiraling and I cannot focus, I literally start just singing like, get your mind right, and start dancing around. Because I'm like, sometimes I'm just keep getting stuck and I'm like, I got to move my body and sing. And so I'm just cracking up because I'm thinking about that right now while you're talking.
It's awesome. And guess what's going to happen now, right? That's now going to be my go-to song also. I love it so much.
My family laughs at me. They're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I got to get my mind right.
Gotta get my mind right. Oh, that is so, so funny. Well, just before we go, let me pull another card for us. And this one says, our source is one of love, not condemnation. When you pay attention to the way you feel, didn't we just say that? And deliberately choose more thoughts that feel good while you think them, you will begin to recognize the nature of your broader non-physical desires. The majority of negative emotions that you feel are not because the subject of your thought is wrong, but instead because you're condemning something that source does not condemn. Your source is one of love, not one of condemnation. I love that. Love, 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 love that. How is that hitting you, Marianne?
I think that one is huge for me because I was raised with so much condemnation, judgment. So to be free, knowing that source isn't condemning me, isn't judging me, they just see it as a choice. I'm not wrong. And, again, I'll not get it done and I can't get it wrong because I can always make a new choice. So yes, that's precious to me. No condemnation. I love it.
I'm going to post my 2 cards over in the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. Marianne, I'm going to invite you to post your cards in the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. Also, Melissa, you are a joy. Now I'm going to go get my mind right. It's going to be stuck in my head all day. I might have to post the link to this song in the Ladies Power Lunch group as well. And we can probably have a TikTok challenge, see who can dance to it the best. I feel like that's something that needs to happen. I want to embrace all of you and say to you, thank you so much for participating with us this week on the manifestation party that we have had. I feel like we have collectively raised our vibrations and that we're even closer to this idea of living our optimal life. And we know it's possible. And yes, we're going to have ups and downs because that's what this life is. And there's beauty also in the ups and downs. Sometimes the challenges bring me to a place where I'm able to find my next edge and move to the next level. So there are so many nuances to this life that we live. I want to invite more conversation about manifesting our optimal lives. I want to invite more ideas about how we can do it and how we can do it better and how we can do it together. So I want to invite everyone, go to growsmarternotharder.com/visibility because our Ladies Power Lunch Visibility Circle is once again open for enrollment. What this means is that this collaborative container that we publish a book together and we host a summit together and we have this TV show and this podcast and we do this collaborative marketing activities together and we do all of these things in a collaborative and fun way. But there's a lot of organization that goes into it, and I take care of that piece because, she loves a spreadsheet. So it's very organized, but it's tons of fun and it's greatly collaborative. And what we need are your stories of how you have come to know that manifestation works and your tips and your secrets that you can share so that others can manifest their optimal lives also. So check it out. See if it's for you. There is an offer for you to get a special discount. Just go to growsmarternotharder.com/visibility and put in the coupon code manifest500. And miraculously, you will manifest $500 off your pay in full price. So go on over, check it out, see if it's something for you. If you want to hit me up in the private messages, if you have a specific question or something like that, I'm happy to voice note back and forth with you on that. But we are welcoming our next group of participants, and I would love if you were one of them. Thank you, Marianne, for being amazing. Thank you, Melissa, for being outstanding. And I'll post in the Ladies Power Lunch group who our winner is for today's Free Gift Friday. I'll see you guys on the next show. I love and appreciate you all. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.